ロサンゼルスドジャースが今話題の魚雷バットを導入するようです。地元紙ロサンゼルスタイムズによると、チームの選手やコーチたちがこのトルピードバットに強い関心を示していて、すでに何人かの選手は注文を済ませているとのことです。この魚雷バットが注目を集めるきっかけになったのは、ニューヨークヤンキースの選手たちが使ったミルウォーキーブルワーズとの3連戦です。このシリーズでヤンキースは球団新記録となる15本ものホームランを放ち、一気に話題となりました。トルピードバットは通常のバットに比べて芯の部分が太く、先端に向かって細くなっているのが特徴です。つまりミートポイントがより手元に近くなる構造なんですね。ちなみに MLB の規定内に収まっているのでルール違反ではありません。ドジャースのロバート・バンスコヨック打撃コーチもこのバットに興味津々のようで、面白そうだよね。きっとみんな試すと思うよ。試さずにはいられないでしょ。とコメントしています。マックス・マンシーも魚雷バットに注目している選手の一人です。コンタクトの質が上がるという評判を聞いて、試すのを楽しみにしているようです。これまで100種類以上、いろんなバットを見てきたけど、あの形ほどインパクトのあるものはなかったと思う。ただ、マンシー自身はバットの先端近くで打つタイプの打者なんです。魚雷バットの場合、その細くなっている先端でボールを捉えることになりそうだと予想しています。だから僕にとっては、むしろマイナスになるかもしれない。でももし本当に効果があるなら、それって野球というスポーツにとってすごくエキサイティングなことだよね。新しいバットって、どれも気になっちゃうんだと語っていました。この魚雷バットをめぐっては、多くの野球番組でも議論されていて、注目度の高さがうかがえます。その模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Lived up to their name and their sweep against the Brewers. How about it? They hit 15 home runs over their first 3 games, tying a major league record. 9 of those home runs came from players who have started to use the torpedo bat, which increases the barrel of the bat. Now, some players on the Brewers are calling foul. Trevor McGill said, I think it's terrible. We'll see what the data says. I've never seen anything like it before. I feel like it's something used in slow pitch softball. It's genius. Put the mass all in one spot. It might be Bush League, it might not be, but it's the Yankees, so they'll let it slide. Shots fired. All the shade, Jeff Passan. We're here for it this morning. Jeff, tell me this. Do you have any issues with the Yankees using the torpedo bats?
No, Molly, because it's not just the Yankees using the torpedo bats. Ryan Jeffers with the Twins used a torpedo bat. Junior Caminero with the Tampa Bay Rays used a torpedo bat. Francisco Lindor with the New York Mets used what looks like a torpedo bat. This is going to be all over Major League Baseball over the next couple of months, and there are already orders being placed for this bat, which was conceived by an MIT-trained physics professor from the University of Michigan who quit his job because he wanted to get into sports and solve problems. And guess what? There was a very simple problem. Pitching had gotten too good. You know, you have pitchers going into labs coming up with brand new pitches over the course of a weekend. And so Aaron Leonard, the coach, went to Yankees hitters and said, what do we do? How do we solve this problem? And they said, you know, we want to hit the ball on the barrel of the bat more. And the way that he put it was pretty genius. He's like, imagine you have a wood budget and you can spread that wood out on the bat however you want. Where would you put the majority of the wood? And the answer is at the part 6 to 7 inches down the bat where most of the contact is made. And to do that, yeah, they shaved some off the top, redistribute it, and the torpedo bat or the bowling pin bat or whatever you want to call it was born.
Shannon?
So in other words, Jeff, the Yankees are not the only one that can use this bat, so it's universal. So if somebody from the Twins or the Dodgers or the Angels or the Red Sox, if they wanted to use a torpedo bat, they could. I got no problem. Now, I would have a problem if only the Yankees were allowed to use this bat. It's just like for me, it was just like the pine tar. If all the pitchers were allowed to use pine tar, it wasn't like that though. So they said, you know what? Nobody can use it. But if it's anything, if everybody can use it, it's y'all fault. Aaron Judge says, I'm not going to use it. Hey, I hit the ball pretty good last year. Led the league in RBIs, led the league in homers, and I was third in batting average in the American League. So why would I change a good thing? If it's not broken, why fix it? Some of the other guys says, you know what? I want some of the more of the wood distributed to the ball of the bat instead of popping it up. Hey, they hit it off the wall, they hit it over the wall. I don't have a problem with it. I think you're going to see a lot more of these MLB players go to that bat and see what it can do for them. Maybe it can help them like it helped the Yankees to start the season. But let's get a larger sample size. It's 3 games. So what happens when they go into a slump, Jeff? Are they going to say, oh, it's because of the bats?
Well, here's the deal. Quickest take I'm going to ever give in First Take history. It ain't illegal. No. Everybody else free to do it.
Exactly.
What we complain about the Yankees doing it for? I mean, damn it, even the pitcher Cortez that got the home run smacked on him, all right, 4 to 5 homers gave it up, was my guys using this. He didn't complain about it. Look, if it's illegal, that's a different matter. If it's legal and everyone's free to do it, then it ain't a controversy, period.
Here's the only question I have, and I agree with everything you guys said. And Stephen A., I appreciate that your quickest take ever still took 45 seconds. Well done. But let's look historically at what happens when equipment gets too good in sports. Now, I'm not saying that the torpedo bats are going to demonstrably fundamentally change Major League Baseball. But there are restrictions in place in hockey on the curvature of a blade, because, hockey players got too good. There are restrictions in place on the swimsuits that Olympic swimmers can use because they got too good.
The whole body
now,
suit.
there is a possibility that offense explodes to the point where everyone's like, okay, maybe we got to rein this back in. But frankly, guys, that's what's happened with pitching over the past decade. And Major League Baseball has done nothing really to address that aside from banning the sticky stuff that players were using on the mound. So I don't think it's going to get to that point, but it is a thing that I'm going to keep an eye on. And frankly, Major League Baseball needs more offense. Like, offensive production's gone down to a perilous point. So a little bit more offense, if it comes via these bats, I think ultimately is a good thing at the end of the day.
Now, I know you're going to be passionate about the Rocket Bat, Chris, so I'm going to first read a standard description of the Rocket Bat with the Yankees and what has happened. I wrote this with no bias at all, and I will let you respond.
Okay.
The New York Yankees have introduced a new bat design dubbed the Torpedo Bat, which has garnered significant attention in baseball. This innovation was developed by Aaron Leinhardt, a former MIT physicist who served as an analyst in the Yankees front office during the 2024 season. The Torpedo Bat features an unconventional shape with the barrel positioned closer to the hitter's hands, redistributing the area where contact is most likely. Now, we could roll through the players like Volpe, Chisholm, Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt. They have been ding, ding, ding. It's dinger after dinger. So
many home runs.
From you, as a hater, what is your problem with the bat?
Certified hater. Here's my biggest problem with this bat, guys. My team didn't come up with it.
That's it. Now that I felt, that I completely understand.
That's all I could think of.
Yeah. Because
if the Red Sox had done this, it's the greatest invention. We're smarter than everybody else. Look how innovative we are. We're down with the times. We checked out all the exit velo and blah, 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 blah. We got MIT guys on it. All the nerds are in the lab coming up with these bats. But because they did it, the cheating cheater is going to keep cheating. You know what I mean?
Chris, remember all the times like we'll go to Twitter and we'll see a tweet that is so insanely funny but so simple, and we'll be like, how did we not?
God, how did I not think of
it was
this?
Right there. Bobby.
It was right in front of us.
It's right there. Everybody,
right there.
like, what took to the year of our Lord 2025 for some baseball starting, 1880?
Beats me. Baseball's like 150 years old.
Well, the great thing is you'll have them in 6 months because everyone will have them.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You better
every team is hiring all the nerds to come up with. It's
Moneyball.
We need a
2025.
Yeah.
I have other
3.0.
Get out of here.
I have other.
I also just hold on a second. I also love Rich. This guy. Nobody celebrates. Normally it's April and May baseball wins like Rich. He's celebrating March wins.
Yeah, like
this guy's sending us text where he's supposedly on vacation.
Yeah, whose team is undefeated this
whose
weekend?
team's undefeated this weekend? Oh, anybody? Crickets, Mets, Red Sox, crickets.
Dude,
Disappear for a week.
What are you doing? It's not even April baseball. Normally it's like nothing like a tradition unlike any other. Yankees fans celebrate April wins. You're celebrating March wins.
So do you know who celebrates March wins?
Losers.
People who don't get to celebrate October wins.
Oh, well, you said it better than I did. I was a little harsher.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand it. Being an Arkansas and a Cubs fan, I like to celebrate way early too, because I know there's not a lot of celebration room later on.
At least you've won something in the last decade.
Fair, but they've won a lot of things.
Yeah, but
I'm not a Yankees fan, by the way.
Compare those.
You can't compare the two. Yeah. There were like when the Cubs won. This is how bad it was. There were people at gravestones playing the radio to like their grandparents because nobody had won.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
I get that. That's
the Yankees. I do have some comparisons here. I'd like to compare the torpedo bat to the tush push.
Oh,
yeah. Another thing. Do it.
Want it banned or
both? Right, depending on where you're coming from, because people hate the tush push because they can't do it. If every team
can't stop it.
Exactly.
But they could do it.
Well, some have tried, and I mean, look at even the Bills.
Boom.
And they've done that a bit. I mean, look at Buffalo, or look at when Patrick Mahomes just gets hurt doing a quarterback sneak. Like I think the tush push is specific to a Jalen Hurts type strength, and also an offensive line that consistently can do it. I mean, Kelsey was the guy, so the tush push is there. I would also put the Miami Heat big three. Like that's not cheating, but if you weren't it, you got upset that it was happening.
True.
Because you only hate them because you ain't them. I think you said that a minute ago.
I've said that. Yeah, I've said that.
I think the Golden State Warriors off-ball screens, know.
It's not fair.
Doesn't seem fair.
None of this seems fair unless it's like your team. Right?
We didn't think of it.
Constant illegal moving screens. The goal is the brilliant system. I'm not a hater, so to me, that's a brilliant system. The shift in baseball, pre-ban.
Yeah, the shift was kind of bogus.
We started to get that big.
But it was super smart.
I feel like the torpedo bats are parallel with much of sports. If it's a team you hate or a team that you ain't, you don't like it until you get to be a part of it.
Does this mean I have to buy Cage like a T-ball torpedo bat?
Yep. I mean, aren't all T-ball bats aren't they the fat bats? Or are they still using, I don't know what T-ball uses, but.
No, they're pretty thick. He uses a -13, which is insane. It's like a 26 length, 13-ounce bat.
Ooh. Okay.
We'll be back next hour.
I like that. Well, I guess the thing I would like next, if those bats that your kid has that are small, and the entire plastic barrel is a monster. That's. I don't want like an MIT professor. I want like Kentucky
like
State.
Hasbro?
Like someone to come through and be like, we made this, and it like revolutionizes the game. So, but I mean, I'm looking at the bats. I'm surprised nobody did it sooner.
That's what I'm saying.
Because to get jammed removes all power, right? And you're seeing some of these guys in the Yankees. I saw Volpe got jammed and hit a home run.
Yeah, he shouldn't be doing that.
But think about bats in general and the technique. You do golf clubs. Do drivers.
Golf club, yeah. The revolution in the golf clubs is out of control.
Like every sport
460cc driver heads.
They're having to go backward with the balls.
Yeah.
So much so in the years coming up because of technology has advanced how far you could hit the ball.
Yep.
So I like it too that it's the Yankees that did it because I love a villain. It'd be like if the Dodgers put rockets in their shoe or had some way to run faster. It'd be like if a team had a 7'5" center that could actually shoot threes.
Like the Spurs?
That's exactly what it is, right?
Where
everyone's like, well, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. How did you get this? But I do like, though, that the Yankees, because I think baseball does best when the Yankees and the Dodgers are winning big.
Yeah.
And also doing things that make everybody else upset because we want to hate the big guy.
Well, like dynasties are great for sports as much as everyone, I want parity. No, you don't. You want someone to rally behind to hate. And it's funny, Jazz Chisholm, he went yard twice, over the weekend, and he's kind of clapping back at everybody. Okay, explanation, the barrel is bigger and within MLB regulation. For the idiots that say it's moved the label, you're an idiot. It's a double idiot blast there. Nobody is trying to get jammed. You just move the wood from parts you don't use to the parts you do. You're welcome. No more stress for y'all. So Jazz has had enough. after one weekend.
He used idiot twice and had to define regulation, which he's getting to, every presser too. They're all annoyed to have to talk about it.
Tough. You brought this on yourself.
But
I find kind of cool. Sorry to interrupt that.
No, good.
The one guy on the team who isn't using a modified bat is Aaron Judge.
Yeah, because
he doesn't need to.
Yeah, and he said that they basically asked him about it. He goes, "What I've done over the past few seasons speaks for itself."
Yep.
So he is not using this bat. He's using his old regular bat. And
that's kind of sick. Go the other way. Babe Ruth used to use a 54-ounce bat. The only thing that should be 54 ounces is your steak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't even know what a 54-ounce bat would feel like.
It's heavier than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that.